Chalk rain on Armenian Street. "It's raining colors," whispered Eddie, staring up at the gray sky with wide eyes. Drops of pink, blue, and gold splashed onto his nose like tiny paint balloons bursting in midair. Anna gasped beside him. "That's not rain, that's chalk." She was right. It wasn't water, but soft, powdery chalk, swirling from the clouds like confetti caught in a breeze. It fell gently over Armenian Street, dusting the bikes, the mailboxes, and the green awning of Mr. Pie's bakery, where the warm scent of cinnamon rolls curled into the air. Lily X clapped her hands, her eyes sparkling. "It's magic." I knew this street was special. The kids stood frozen on the sidewalk, watching as the colored droplets settled. But instead of washing away, they stuck, forming glowing lines and shapes right on the pavement. A bright yellow sun bloomed near the fire hydrant. A purple cat with 3 tails stretched playfully across the crosswalk. And near the old oak tree, a perfect, detailed drawing of Belle's red bicycle appeared even though no one had been drawing it. "I didn't do this," said Iman quietly, stood a little apart from the group, clutching his sketchbook to his chest. His fingers tingled with a strange phantom memory, like they remembered something his mind didn't. "But you're the only one who draws," said Emma, tilting her head. "You draw every single day." Iman just shook his head. "Not this." But that night, strange things began to happen. The next morning at breakfast, Mr. Pie handed Anna a free almond croissant, an exact copy of the one drawn beside the bakery door. Lily N found her lost library book, the one she'd been searching for all week, tucked under the bench where a chalk sketch of a bookshelf had mysteriously appeared. And later, when Hugo tripped hard on the curb, he didn't fall. He felt as if something had caught him, and when he looked down, he saw a chalk hand reaching out from the sidewalk right where he had stumbled. "It's like the chalk knows," Eddie breathed, his voice full of awe. Iman couldn't sleep that night. Mind was racing, and his fingers still had that peculiar tingle. Before anyone else woke up, he tiptoed outside with a box of old sidewalk chalk. He sat beneath the ancient oak tree and closed his eyes, listening to the wind hum through the leaves. His fingers twitched, then moved on their own. Without thinking, he began to draw a simple kite, a broken shoelace on a sneaker, a laughing dog wearing sunglasses. When he was done, he stepped back, his heart pounding in his chest. He didn't know why he'd drawn those things. That afternoon, Lily X flew her brand new kite for the first time until the string suddenly snapped. During soccer practice, Eddie's sneaker came undone just as he was about to take a shot. And Belle, her neighbor's golden retriever, a goofy dog named Max, escaped and came bounding down the street, tongue lolling, wearing a pair of tiny shades. Because, as his owner later explained, dogs need style too. Iman stared at his hands. They looked so ordinary, but they knew things. What if, he whispered to himself, the chalk isn't just predicting things? What if it wants us to see something? Over the next few days, the children started to notice more. The drawings weren't just about random events. When a sad-looking woman walked past the drawing of the purple cat, Lily N impulsively offered her a daisy from her garden. The woman's face broke into a smile, the first real smile she'd worn in weeks. She told them, when Emma saw a chalk sketch of an open window with birds flying out, she thought of how free they looked. It made her turn to quiet Iman and invite him to sit with her at lunch. He hesitated, then came. The drawings aren't just about things happening, Anna realized aloud one afternoon. They're about kindness. Then came the big storm. Dark, heavy clouds rolled in, and the sky turned a deep, ominous gray. Thunder rumbled in the distance. But instead of rain, a blizzard of chalk poured from the sky, every color imaginable swirling together like a rainbow caught in a tempest. The sidewalks glittered under the streetlights, and this time words began to form in the colorful dust. Look, listen, together. And there, in the very center of the street, glowing in a brilliant silver, was a drawing of all of them. Iman, Eddie, Anna, Lily, X, Belle, Lily, N, Emma, Hugo, and even Alexis, who had just moved to the block last week. They were all holding hands in a perfect circle. "We're in it," whispered Alexis, her eyes wide with amazement. As the chalk slowly faded with the morning light, something had changed. It wasn't just the street. It was them. The kids didn't need the drawings to know what to do anymore. Eddie started sharing his comic books with everyone. Anna started a happy rock pile by the oak tree, where anyone could leave little painted stones with kind messages. Belle taught Hugo how to fix his own bike chain. And Iman, once too shy to speak, stood up in class and read one of his poems aloud in. The whole room clapped for him. No one ever found out who or what made the chalk rain? Maybe it was the street itself, alive with the memories of everyone who had ever walked on it. Maybe it was the collective dreams of the people who called it home. Or maybe, just maybe, it was a special kind of magic that grew and blossomed whenever kindness was shared. Years later, when new kids moved to Armenian Street, they'd still find small, mysterious chalk drawings after every rain. A simple flower here, a helping hand there. And sometimes, if they listened closely, when the wind was just right, they'd swear they could hear laughter floating down the block, a chorus of voices. Still together, still believing in wonder. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you enjoyed this little touch of magic, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little kindness today. See you next time.